Good morning students. Now start the next exercise of linear equation to variables. In this exercise we learn how can we solve the equation by the reducible method. So it is a reducible method to solve the equations. It is the simple method so that a complex equation can be simplified and then we can solve it. Like this is the first question of first part, the first question of exercise 3.6. The question is 1 upon 2x, 1 upon 2x plus 1 upon 3y is equal to 2. This is the first equation, and second one is 1 upon 3x plus 1 upon 2y, 1 upon 3x plus 1 upon 2y is equal to 13 upon 6. So these are the two equations, and the simple method to solve the equation is we will reduce these equation like this. We can write this equation like 1 upon 2 into 1 upon x, and this one is 1 upon 3 into 1 upon y, okay, is equal to 2. Or same as this equation we can write it like 1 upon 3 into 1 upon x plus 1 upon 2 into 1 upon y is equal to 13 upon 6. Now we are going to take 1 upon x as let 1 upon x is equal to a and 1 upon y is equal to b. Okay, so we take some values to simplify it, like it's complicated to solve it by using 1 upon x and 1 upon y. So we will simplify it by converting 1 upon x. Yeah, we can say that we can suppose that 1 upon x is equal to a and 1 upon y is equal to b. So what can we write here? It can be a upon 2 plus b upon 3 is equal to 2. This is the first equation. And again you can simplify it by taking LCM of the equation. So LCM, by taking LCM, it will be 3a plus 2b upon 6 equal to 2. And again this denominator can be there to the towards the RHS in multiplication. So this equation will be, it will be 3a plus 2b is equal to 12. 6 to 12. So now the equation becomes very simple to solve. Yes, this is in this form, and now this is the equation first. So we simplify it. So we can write it equation third. Again we can simplify the equation second, like 1 upon x is a. So we can say it is a upon 3 plus b upon 2 is equal to 13 upon 6. Again we can simplify it by taking LCM. It will be 2a plus 3b upon 6 equal to 13 upon 6. And by cross multiplication it will becomes 2a plus 3b is equal to 13 into 6 upon 6. It means 2a plus 3b is equal to 13. So this is the equation 4th. And now you have these two equations, equation 3rd and equation 4th. And you can simplify it with any of the method, by substitution, by elimination, by cross multiplication. So you can use any of the method to solve these equations. Okay. This was the question number first. I think you can simplify it and it's so easy. Or in case of problem you can ask me in your Zoom class. Okay. Now I am going to explain you the second question. Second part of the first question. Now the second part is, it is actually same. It is 2 upon under root x plus 3 upon under root y is equal to 2. So again in this equation we can reduce it, like let 1 upon root x is equal to a and 1 upon root y is equal to b. So what should be the equation now? It will be 2a plus 3b is equal to 2. This is the equation first. Or if you are writing the equation first, this one, then you can say this is the equation third, because we have the second equation. So this is a reducible equation. This is very simple equation. Now the second equation is 4 upon under root x minus 9 upon under root y is equal to minus 1. So again in the reducible form it will be 4a minus 9b is equal to minus 1. This is the equation second. So now the equation becomes so simple, and you can simplify it by using any of the method, either elimination, substitution or cross multiplication method. So by using the elimination method, this question can be easily solved. If you want to make the coefficient of A equal, what will we do? We will multiply this equation by 2. So I am going to solve this question now. So we will write by multiplying by 2 to the equation 1. We get it 4A plus 6B. 6B is equal to 4. This is the equation third now. Okay. By multiplying the equation first by 2, we get this third equation. Now we can subtract the equation. Since we want to cut 4A with 4A and both of them have the same sign. So what will you do? You will subtract the equation. We know that in subtraction we have to change the sign. So it is minus, minus and minus. This 4A cancel and we get minus 15B is equal to how much? It is minus 5. Then what is the value of B? 5 upon 15. Minus cancel out with minus. It is 1 upon 3. So this is the value of B. Now you know how can we solve, how can we find the value of A. So for finding the value of A, we will put we will put the value of B in either the equation 2 or the third. So I am putting the value of B in equation second. 4A minus 9 is equal to minus 1. Now put the value of B here. It will be 4A minus 9 into 1 upon 3 is equal to minus 1. It will be 4A minus 3 is equal to minus 1. Then 4A is equal to minus 3 will be there to the RHS. It will become positive. Then plus 3 minus 1 it will be 2. Then A is equal to 2 upon 4, it means 1 upon 2. So we get the value of A is equal to 1 upon 2. We get the value of B and A here. This is not the actual value of X and Y. So now what we have to do? We know that 1 upon under root X is equal to A. So I am putting the value of A here. It is 1 upon 2. It means under root X will be 2. Then how can you find the X? By squaring both sides. So we are going to square both sides. X will be equal to 4. And same as you can find the value of Y. You know that 1 upon under root Y is equal to how much? It is 1 upon 3. Then under root Y is equal to 3. And what is the value of Y? By squaring both sides you will get the value of Y is equal to 9. So these are the values of X and Y here. So again, if you suppose any value like 1 upon under root, we are supposing under root X, we are supposing at A. So after finding the value of A and B, finally we will get the value. Finally we have to find the value of X and Y. Okay. Now this is a complete question. This is the second part of first question. Okay. You can pause the video for writing answer, for writing the code. So all the other parts are same. In third part of question first, you will say that you will take 1 upon X as a, or you can make the equation like 4A plus 3Y is equal to 14 and you can solve it by any method. And in fourth part, okay, in place of fourth I am going to explain you the last two parts of first question because they are complicated. And the other parts is really so simple, or in case of any problem, you can ask me in a Zoom class. Okay. So this is the sixth part. Is it? No, seventh part. Seventh part of the question number first. It is 10 upon X plus Y plus 2 upon X minus Y is equal to 4. So, okay. This is called the reducible method, in which you are going to reduce the equation so that you can easily simplify any of the equation. So it is 15 upon, second equation is 15 upon X plus Y minus 5 upon X minus Y. Or if you have any problem in any question, like some of the students have a network issue, so you can ask question from exercise in WhatsApp group. You can write the question number and I will explain that questions in next video. So this is a question in which you have to find the value of X and Y. Again you will take the constant, you will suppose the values like 1 upon x plus y, we are supposing like a. We can suppose it a or b, we can suppose it u or v. So 1 upon x plus y is equal to a and 1 upon x minus y is equal to b. So what will be the equation now? It will be 10a. In place of 1 upon x plus y, again you can write it like 10 into 1 upon x plus y, and in place of 1 upon x plus y we know that it is a, so we will write it like 10a. So 10a plus 2b is equal to 4. This is the equation. If you are writing the equation, these equation as 1 and 2, you will write it like third equation. And the fourth one is 15a minus 5b is equal to minus 2. This is the fourth equation. Again, if you want to simplify it by any of the method like elimination, subtraction and cross multiplication, the easiest method is the elimination method. If I am going to solve this equation by elimination method, so suppose we are going to same the coefficient of b. So we have to multiply the equation third by 5 and equation fourth by 2. So here you will write it like this by multiplying the equation third by 5 and equation fourth by 2. So you will get 50a plus 10b is equal to 4. Now you can say this is equation 5. Doesn't matter how many equations you have made here. And 15 to the 30a minus 5 to the 10b is equal to minus 4. So here in this case, what you have to do, will you add or will you subtract the equation? In these equations, since we are going to cancel these b and both the b have the different signs. So what we have to do, we have to add the equations. If you want to change the sign, suppose they have the same sign, what will you do? Now you will subtract the equation so that their signs become opposite and we can easily cancel them. Now in this part, we have the opposite sign. So we are what will we do? We will add the equations. So these cancels. It will be 80a is equal to plus 4 minus 4 becomes 0. Okay. Okay. One mistake I have done here. 5 4 is 20. You know we have to multiply the equation by whole equation by the number. It means this one and this one. 5 4 is 20. It will be 20. So now it will be 16, not 0. It is 16. So carefully do the questions. A single simple mistake can wrong your answer. So it will be 16 upon 80. Now we can cancel out 80 by 16 by 5 times. So we get the value of a is equal to 1 upon 5. And we will put this value of a in any of the equation either third or fourth for getting the value of b. So I am putting the value of a here in the equation third. It is 10 into a plus 2b is equal to 4. I am writing it in. It is the third equation. So it will be 2 plus 2b is equal to 4, and easily we can simplify it. We can take this 2 towards the RHS so that its sign will be changed. 2b will be equal to 2 and b is equal to 1. So we get the value of a and b. This is not the complete question. Now you have to find the value of x and y. So these are the value of a and b only. So because I have a very small board, so I have to rub all these. Please pause video for writing answer. I am going to rub it. So you know that 1 upon a is equal to x plus y. 1 upon x plus y. 1 upon x plus y is equal to 1 upon a. That is 1 upon 5. So x plus y is equal to 5. Now this is the equation, I think 7th equation. Yes, this is equation 7. And we know that b is equal to 1. And 1 upon x minus y is equal to b. That is 1 upon 1. So we can say that x minus y is equal to 1. This is equation 8. Okay. We made the 8 equations. It doesn't matter. Okay. So now what will you do? You will add the equation. For cancel out y with y. So we are going to add the equations. Y cancel with y and we get 2x is equal to 6 and x is equal to 1 upon, sorry, 6 upon 2, that is 3. This is the value of x. And what's about the y? So we put the value of x in equation this or this. X plus y is equal to 5, equation 7. And by putting the value of x here, 3 plus y is equal to 5, we get the value of y is equal to 2. Okay. So these are the value of x and y. So this is a very easy and simple method, a reducible method to solve the equations which are very complicated equations like this. So this is the question number 7. Please complete your question and you can pause video for writing answer. I am going to explain the next question. Now the last part of first question, part 8. It looked hard, so I am doing this question for you. 1 upon 3x minus y is equal to 3 upon 4. This is the equation first in the question and the other one is 3x plus y minus 1 upon 2 3x minus 1. Okay, and is equal to minus 1 upon 8. So this is a question. Now what will you do? First you will take 1 upon 3x plus y as a constant like a. So you will say let 1 upon 3x plus y is equal to a and 1 upon 3x minus y is equal to b. Okay, so what can we write here? It is a plus b is equal to 3 upon 4. Again, if you have any problem in fractions, you can simplify the equations. You can remove the fractions here. Like you can multiply 4 by both this a and b so that the equations become easy. It will be without any friction. So we are going to multiply 4 with the a plus b. So the equation is 4a plus 4b is equal to 3. So we can write the equation third here because these are the equation first and second. Okay, I think it's so easy. Now for this equation second, we know that we can write it like 1 upon 2 multiply with the 1 upon 3x plus y. It means it is 1 upon 2 into 1 upon 3x plus y is a and 1 upon 2 into b is equal to minus 1 upon 8. Again, in case of you have a problem in fractions, you can remove fractions. Like it will be a upon 2 minus b upon 2 is equal to minus 1 upon 8. So both have the same denominator. We can write it like this. A minus b upon 2 is equal to minus 1 upon 8. So we can move this 2 towards RHS in multiplication with minus 1 upon 8. It will be a minus b is equal to minus 1 upon 8 multiplied with the 2. So a minus b is equal to minus 1 upon 4. Again, if you want to remove this fraction, what will you do? You will multiply the 4 with a and b. So 4 in a minus b is equal to minus 1. Equation is 4a minus 4b is equal to minus 1. This is equation 4. So you simplify the equation. Now you have the simple equation, this equation third and this one is equation fourth. I have to rub board. So please pause video for writing answer. I am going to rub it. Equation third is 4a plus 4b is equal to 3. And equation fourth is 4a minus 4b is equal to minus 1. So these are the equation third and equation fourth. Now for solving it by elimination method, what will do? You will subtract or you can add the equation. By adding the equation, b will cancel out with b. So we are going to add equations. It will be 8a is equal to 2. Then a is equal to 2 upon 8. That is 1 upon 4. We get the value of a here. Now put this value in any of the equation, either third or fourth. So 4 into a plus 4b is equal to 3. It will be 1 plus 4b is equal to 3. Then 4b is equal to 2 and b is equal to 1 upon 2. So we get the value a and b. We get the values of a and b. A is equal to 1 upon 4 and b is equal to 1 upon 2. Sorry, this is not the complete question. Now you have to find the value of x and y. Then what will you do? You know that 1 upon 3x plus y is equal to a. And what is the value of a? A is equal to 1 upon 4. It means 3x plus y is equal to 4. Okay. This is the equation 5. Yes. And b is 1 upon 3x minus y. And what is the value of b? B is equal to 1 upon 2. It means 3x minus y is equal to 2. This is the equation 6. Now you can solve this equation by elimination method or any other method. Now we are going to add these equations. So in these type of questions, you have to simplify the equation 2 times. Like in this case, first we simplify this in the reducible form, and finally we have to simplify this one. So by adding the equation, we will get 6x is equal to 6 and x is equal to 1. This is the value of x, and you can put this value and if the equation 5th or 6th. So 3x plus y is equal to 4. 3 into 1 plus y is equal to 4. Then what is the value of y is equal to 1. This is the value of y. So this is the last part of the first question. So it's not so difficult. It's really easy. You can do it step by steps, and it will be, it appears to be easy. Actually it is easy question, not some difficult question. So okay, I am going to explain you the problems next. So again, you can pause video for writing answers. So okay, now second question. So in this video, I am going to complete this exercise. Or after this, we will do the first chapter, because in your final exams, you will get 3 chapters, first, second and third. So practice hard for getting good marks. Okay, now these are the problem based questions, or this exercise, the problem based question of this exercise is really so important. So for the second question, I want to explain you something about the when a boat is moving in the upstream or downstream direction. What is the meaning of the upstream and downstream? So before going to the question, I could explain you something like, suppose this is a boat and this is a river, and the flowing of the river is towards this side, and boat is again going towards this side. This is called the downstream. Downstream. Okay. In case of downstream, just imagine if you are going with the direction, you are going in the direction of the stream, then the speed of your boat will be increases. It means if the speed of the boat is x, suppose the speed of the boat is x, and the speed of the river is y. So in case of downstream, the speed increases, you can say it will be x plus y. So in case of downstream, you should learn that the speed adds. The speed of boat and the river adds. So if we are taking the speed of boat as x and the speed of river as y. So we will say the speed in downstream direction will be x plus y. And what is the meaning of upstream? Suppose this is a river and the direction of river is this one. And this is your boat, and again now in this part we are moving in the opposite direction of the direction of river. So in this part, just imagine if you are moving in a direction opposite to the river, then what will happen to your speed? It means your speed will be decreases. It means if your boat having the speed of x and your river speed having the speed of y, then in upstream direction, your speed will be x minus y. It means it is a difference of the speed of the boat and the river. But the important thing is, the speed of the boat should become first, because your boat is still moving forward opposite to the river. So this is a very important thing you should know before going through the questions related to the upstream and downstream. Okay, please write down this value. These are really so important. So okay, I am going to rub it. So now this is the question. First part of second question. Again, example is here in this exercise. This is example number 19. It's a really important example. Please do it yourself, or in case of doubt, you can ask me in your Zoom class. So the first part is Ritu can row downstream 20 km in 2 hours and upstream 4 km in 2 hours. Find the speed of the speed of rowing in still water and the speed of the current. So first you will say that let the speed of boat in still water. It's very important that you have to write in still water the speed of boat. It is x. And the speed of river is equal to y. So you should know that in case of downstream the speed is x plus y, and in case of upstream the speed is x minus y. In these type of question we always find the time. Time is equal to distance upon speed. Okay. So in case these type of questions, the upstream downstream questions, we always find the time. So Ritu can row downstream 20 km in 2 hours. So according to question, we have the distance, it is 20 km and the time is 2 hours. Since she is going downstream, so you will see the speed will be x plus y. So you can make the equation like time is equal to distance upon speed. Time is equal to distance upon speed. This is the equation 1. You can simplify it by cross multiplication method, that is 2 into x plus y is equal to 20, or 2 can be there in the denominator of 20. So x plus y will be 10. This is the equation first, a very easy equation. Now continue the upstream 4 km in 2 hours. So in case of upstream the distance is 4 km and the time is again 2 hours. Since she is going upstream, so you will see the speed will be x minus y. Again, the important thing is the speed of the boat should become first. आप boat में से river के speed को separate करेंगे. So time is equal to distance upon speed. So the equation will be x minus y is equal to 4 upon 2. It means x minus y is equal to 2. This is the second equation. And I think these are very simple equations. You can solve it yourself. Or if you have a problem, you have Zoom classes. So okay, I am going to complete this question. X plus y is equal to 10. X minus y is equal to 2. I will tell you why I am doing this question complete. Why I am completing this question. So by adding the equation, we get 2x is equal to 12 and x is equal to 6. And by putting the value of x in either of the equation, we get 6 plus y is equal to 10, then y is equal to 4. Now, this is not the complete question. Okay, you have to write the unit with your answer. You will write the speed of the boat in still water. Speed of the boat in still water is equal to 6 km per hour. This is the complete question. You will write unit along with your answer. So that's why I complete this question. So speed of the boat in still water is 6 km per hour, and the speed of the river, and the speed of the river is equal to 4 km per hour. So it's really important to write down the units with the answers. This is the first part of question second. Again, pause your video for writing answers. I am doing the second question. So the second question is, just try to understand. Before going through the question, I am going to explain you something. Like one of you, Susan. Susan can do a piece of work in 4 days. Okay, Susan is completing one work in 4 days. Then what work he can do in 1 day? It will be 1/4. 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4. That part is he completed work in 4 days. Or we can say, suppose he completed the work in 2 days. It means how much work he can do in 1 day? It will be 1/2. So very simple. If I am saying you that you are doing a work in X number of days, then how much work you can do in one day? It will be 1 upon x. So it should be clear. Now I am doing the second question, second part of second question. 2 women and 5 men can together finish a piece of embroidery work in 4 days. So in this question we will take, let the the woman can complete the work in X days. Let one woman can complete embroidery work in X days. So let one woman can complete the work in X days. So you can say that the 1 day work of woman will be 1 day work of woman is equal to 1 upon x. I think now it should be clear to you. So again, now the one man can complete the work. One man can complete work in y days. Suppose one man completing his work in y days. So his 1 day work will be 1 upon y. Okay. Now, according to question, 2 women and 5 men. 2 women and 5 men can complete the work in 4 days. It means how much work will be done by 2 women. Since 1 woman can do the work in 1 day is equal to 1 upon x. So, 2 women can do the work in 1 day is equal to 2 upon x. Simple. अगर एक औरत काम को 1 upon x डेज में करे तो 2 औरतें कितने एक दिन में कितने अगर एक औरत एक दिन में 1 upon x वर्क करती है तो 2 औरत एक दिन में कितना वर्क करेंगी 2 upon x. सिंपल. And 5 men. So 1 day work of 5 men will be 5 upon 1. Since 1 man can do the work in 1 day is equal to 1 upon 1. This is the work, not the days. These are the work. So we add the work of women and men of 1 day. एक दिन का दोनों का काम हमने ऐड कर दिया. Since they are completing the work in 4 days, it means how much work they are doing in the 1 day? It will be 1 upon 4. This is the equation first. So 2 women 1 day work plus 5 men 1 day work is equal to their 1 day work. This is the equation first. And the second one is 3 women and 6 men can do in 3 days. 3 women means 3 upon x plus 6 men means 6 upon y, and they can complete the work in 3 days is equal to 1 upon 3. So these are the equations. So you will solve these equations by reducible method. You will take 1 upon x as a and 1 upon y as a b. So the equation will be 2a plus 5b is equal to 1 upon 4. Again you can remove fractions by cross multiplication. By multiplication this 4 towards this side. By multiplying this 4 towards this side. And same as it will be 3a plus 6b is equal to 1 upon 3. So you can solve the equation by reducible method. Now I am going to explain you the last question of this exercise. Ruhi travels 300 km to her home partially by train and partially by bus. So suppose this is the distance of 300 km and Ruhi have to move this distance partially by train, some distance from train and some distance from the remaining distance from the bus. She takes 4 hours if she travels 60 km by train and remaining by the bus. So in these type of questions, it becomes easy if we take the formula time is equal to distance upon speed. In these type of questions, we actually find the time. So let the speed of the bus. Initially it was train. Yes. So due to storage problem, my phone was stopped. So I have done this question. I am going to explain you now. So let the speed of the train is equal to x and the speed of the bus is equal to y. So according to question, Ruhi travels 60 km by train and the remaining part of the by bus. How much part is remaining now? It is 240 km. Out of 300, she travels 60 km by train and 240 km by bus. And she takes total 4 hours. In this type of question, we actually find the time. Time is equal to distance upon speed. So for train, we know that distance is equal to 60 km and the speed of the train is equal to x. So the time taken by the train is equal to 60 upon x and the time taken by the bus, since the distance covered by the bus is 240 and it has the speed of y. So the total time taken by the bus is 240 upon y, and total time taken by Ruhi to cover the 300 kilometer distance of 300 kilometer is 4 hours. So we will say distance covered by train plus distance covered by bus. Sorry, the time taken by train and the time taken by bus is equal to total time 4 hours. And in the second part, it is given that the 100 km by train and remaining, that is 200 km by bus, and she takes 10 minutes longer. It means the time taken by the train to cover the 100 km is equal to 100 upon x, distance upon speed, and the time taken by the bus is equal to 200 upon y, again the distance upon speed, and the total time taken is equal to 4 hours plus 10 minutes. We have to convert this minute into hours by dividing it by 60. So simply it will become 25/6, and you can simplify it. You can remove the fraction by multiplying the 6 towards the LHS, by multiplying 6 in the part of LHS. So we can solve it by using the reducible method, in which 1 upon x we take like a and 1 upon y is b. So we will say 60a plus 240b is equal to 4, equation third, and 100a plus 200b is equal to 25/6, or we can remove 6 by multiplying it towards this side, or we can say by multiplying 6 on both the side we can remove this 6. So this is all about the exercise 3.6. Now in next lecture I will explain you the first chapter. Okay, bye.